Lawyers, what's your best I rest my case moment? I was representing a guy in a property dispute. Pretty straightforward at first. The neighbor accused him of encroaching on their land and demanded my client tear down a shed that had been there for over 10 years. The catch? The shed was clearly on my client's property according to the official boundary lines, and I had all the documents to prove it, but the neighbor just wouldn't let it go. The opposing lawyer came in all confident, throwing around big words like property rights and unlawful use of land, making it sound like we'd be packing up that shed by lunch. But then they pulled a move I didn't see coming. They hired this expert surveyor who testified that, based on his measurements, the shed did encroach by about 3 feet. Now I'm sitting there listening to this guy ramble on about property boundaries and measurements, and I know something's off. But the judge seemed convinced, nodding along, like this guy was the Einstein of surveyors. So it was my turn to cross-examine. I asked him where he got his data, and he confidently replied, "I used the property records in Google Earth." The room went silent. I almost laughed out loud. I leaned in, keeping a straight face, and said, "You based your expert testimony on Google Earth?" He paused for a second, realizing what he'd just said. "Well, it's a reliable tool for these kinds of things." I wasn't about to let him off easy. "So, just to be clear, you didn't physically survey the land. You didn't take any actual measurements," he stammered. "No, but I cut him off. You've never even stepped foot on my client's property, have you?" The judge leaned forward, looking annoyed now. "Answer the question." "No, I haven't," the surveyor finally admitted, looking like someone just popped his balloon. I smiled, nodded, and sighed. "No further questions, Your Honor." The judge didn't even need to deliberate. He turned to the opposing lawyer and said, "Counsel, do you have anything else?" They just shook their head, defeated. "We won the case on the spot, and that shed, it's still standing to this day."